So an induced attack here would be where, yeah, no problem. Happy to do more next week. I'll probably be streaming here in 2 weeks. An induced attack here is one where you induce your opponent into attacking. So there, that's Mohlhausen steps in. Shutova sees that as an opportunity, attacks. Mohlhausen takes 8 because she knows it's coming and gets the counterattack. Simple attack to start. So if you're going to induce a counterattack, first you have to establish the threat of your own attack. So they do something when you attack them, or you feint an attack. I think that's what's going on there. Now we've got the attack coming from the coach that the fencer has to deal with. So you see it's the same beat attack action that was in the first one. Now we just added a step before it. Where the first segment was beat, lunge. This is now coach comes in and you respond to that with a beat lunge. And now we get the feint to draw out the attack, take 8, go, or beat or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. A little bit of a technical drill. Flick to wrist, finish deep with a beat in the middle. And then some other random crap your coach throws in. The point of lessons like this isn't that these are realistic bout situations. The point of lessons like this, or segments of lessons like this, is that you keep a relaxed hand. So you go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And being able to keep this flexibility in your hand is how you do good hits in epee. See, there's nothing here that's remotely resembling a bout situation. You're never going to go beat hand, beat thigh, beat foot. But being able to do that will be vitally important when you want to threaten the hand. You know, a segment you can do in a fencing bout is hand to draw a reaction, disengage, body. But if you're too jerky, you go hand and then either get stuck on the hand or whiff the hand and end up like too far forward and with your tip down and then try to disengage, but you can't disengage from here. You got to use your whole arm to go around and then you're just totally screwed. Number 2. Attack on prep. Searching. Grumet goes around. The key here to look for is that he's going the instant the coach takes a step forward. That's when the coach is going to be committed for the maximum time, or the opponent is going to be committed for the maximum amount of time to the action. Too early there, so he missed. Good there. And if you're not confident about it, wait, find another opportunity. If you're going to commit, full commit. I can't tell if he hit the first one or not. It's just not high quality. Same here from closer distance. Instead of a deep lunge, it's a like you pressure, and then when your opponent gives into the pressure and tries to do something in response, that's when you hit them. And it doesn't really matter what the pressure is as long as you're, pressuring them. Like here, it's just a simple advance from Grumier. Seven? I think that was intentional. Marie Florence Kandasamy in the back. Casual best friends in the world. Hanging out. No, that's not Marie Florence. That's Louis Marie. I forget what her first name is. Also, one of the best fences in the world. No, that is. This is Louis Marie. This is Kandasamy, I think. That's so cool. Finding the leverage like that at that distance, just enough to get through your opponent, that's so high level. He's taking he's taking a lesson in a coaching mask and a t-shirt. I don't know. Coach does weird things just to get you used to dealing with weird things. Attack and prep. And here's they're using it at 14-14 in the semis. That's a cool way to finish. You're new to fencing and still learning the English terminology. What do people mean when they talk about preparation? Is it the movement to get to a correct distance for an action? Excellent question. And I'm really glad you asked. It's close. It's part of it is the getting to the correct distance. And then part of it is also drawing a reaction from your opponent that you can then exploit to hit them. So basically, a prep is the thing you do to get yourself in position to hit your opponent. And it's very high level, very abstract, because there's a million different ways to do that because it's such a psychological game. So in this case, attack in preparation is your opponent is doing something to try to get you in a position where they can hit you. And instead, you're prepared enough that you hit them. That's what a preparation is, and that's what attack in preparation means. You're less bothered by the coaching mask and the t-shirt than I am by the shorts. In a lesson, I don't really mind shorts. I just think that if you're in uniform and you do something wrong, your coach can hit you. And then that's a really great lesson in doing it right. Which you don't get in most other sports, because in like boxing, if you get hit, it hurts. Okay, if that didn't make sense, then I apologize. Please let me know and I will try again. Attack. never attack. So this is Malay Franz Kandasamy. We mentioned before, is that instep, pushing and attacking. So look, it's beat, attack. The beat is a preparation to shock the arm and freeze it for a moment. And then maybe it's and then the coach tries for a, okay, so it's yeah. So this is like the canonical, simplest preparation there is. It's a straight feint to draw the parry from the coach. So feint from the student, coach parries, student disengages, and now the student is in position to hit the coach because the coach's blade is still over here finishing the parry, and they're coming forward in their distance, and the student can finish to the lunge, can finish to the body and get the touch. This is like the canonical, simplest possible preparation. It's feint, disengage, lunge. Another feint, disengage, lunge, this time with the speed change. So you get your opponent going back slowly, and then you speed up forward so that you have time so that they can't adjust in time. This is where your coach is ducking. I don't know why. Just to be weird, maybe. Disengage high, disengage high. One to the hand, two to the body. Same kind of thing we talked about from the first lesson, but this one's a little bit more realistic. Two to the hand, insanely, somehow, and then finish deep. And really, if you can get your opponent spinning their hand like this, trying to catch your blade, you just wait for them to like overcommit to something and hit them. What you don't want to do is get into like a disengage battle, because then it just gets weird and your arm gets, my arm, I do this too much, it like ends up flying like this trying to disengage around, and it's bad. So it's attack, attack with beat, attack with disengage, and using it, I think that's Kolobkov, which is insane. Feint low, get him to try to parry, go high. Maria Chiesa on the French team, and Nathalie Molhausen on the British team, on the Brazilian team, Michel Sicard. Defense. So Park Kyung-do against Bogdan Nikishin, who is top in the world at just being really, really good at everything, just clean. Start with an attack. Maybe this segment is a coach demonstrating the drill. Student attacks, coach taking the parries, and then it gets, sloppy or whatever. Good remise, but you don't want to get parried. Trying to figure out when we're going to get to the defense part. Ronan Justin, I don't think he fences anymore, but he was really good in his time. That's that again? I don't know. Maybe this will be it. Oh, still attacking. I'm not sure what's going on here. I don't know why they titled this defense. It seems like a lot of attack and prep kind of a thing. Maybe it's just starting it with an attack. Maybe that's what it is. It's your attack fails, then what do you do? A little bit harder and trickier than what do you do if your opponent's attacking you and you're ready. It's what do you do if your opponent's attacking you and you're finishing up your own attack. Then it's, you know, go backwards, catch their blade, find your opportunity. Don't crack your knuckles into the mic. People hate that, I hear. Disengage, disengage. Find the time when you can hit your opponent, and just as soon as you do, stop and try to hit them. My coach is big on that. Yeah, I think that must be what it is. It's defense, but it's defense from a disadvantaged position where you've already missed. Start with a successful attack and then deal with it like it failed. When you're a coach, you're allowed to go off the strip. That's the big disengage I was talking about, where he just does nothing but to go in a deep sideways four and just disengages and hits him. Hand body, disengage, hand disengage. Decision touch is you go hand, the coach parries, you disengage. Your coach comes at you, you parry yourself. Or you disengage into 3. 1. Straight disengage to body. Or it's 1. That's the body again. Your coach takes this big 2. You finish the cycle. I guess that's a 6. Opposition 6. Opposition is where instead of doing like a parry or post action, you do it in one smooth thing to block out and hit at the same time. This is parry 4. That's it. Opposition 4. Double hit to the arm, hand arm. Hand arm, and then optionally come into 4 and hit. If anybody ever tells you French grips don't have to parry, they're lying. One of the measures of a really good coach is how well they can simulate about realistic but tricky situations. So there it's blade contact, and trying to get sentiment du faire, which is big in France I hear, which is just you feel when you need to pair, you don't see it. You feel when your opponent is suddenly, the coach is spinning and spinning and spinning, and you know, now he's faster and he's got a different angle on it and you can feel it. That's a really high level action, is that sort of a coupe kind of a thing. Coupe into prime to back. Honestly, this is a pretty good drill to do even if you're not an expert coach and you're just trying to coach yourself. This spin, 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 do something. I'll try to do it just from feel. It's a pretty good thing to work on. Because it stops you from doing like a 5-sequence action that just never gonna work. And here's Ronan Justin doing it in a real bout against Bogdan Nikishin. Alright, number 5, and we'll stop for today. Do these 5 at a time, I think. One on attack and one in defense. What else do you need in epee? High-low here. Yeah. You can hear it hitting the belly if you can't see it. Things to remember about foot touches that are not obvious if you haven't really been trained in them. Go forward and keep your back up. Keep your back straight. You don't try to hit down for a foot touch. You go forward, drop your tip just like you're going for a normal touch, and just bend your knees more to get your body down. You don't go down with your torso. And you don't aim down to get it. It's not like 1-2. It's 1 to the hand, forward again to the foot. Same thing as before. He's going on Sicard's step in. There he missed. Sicard is flushing and he comes back in 6. But it's a failed touch still. He's going for the foot. The ultimate in fencing is if you can fence without a blade. See? Don't look at the foot. He's going up. Going forward with it still. It's a... Now we got short blade. Nope, full blade. You don't look at the foot. You just assume that the foot is directly below the hand. It's one to the hand and drop straight to the foot. It's because if anybody has their hand far out of alignment, then either it's here and then all of this is open, or it's here and then they're so far out that they're coming around like this and it's easy to deal with, or they're coming like this, or everything they do is going to be your four and you just go around. So you have to basically have your hand down and in line with your foot anyway. So it's easy, everybody does it, and that's how you know where the foot is. Okay, thank you guys for watching the stream. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. Possible stream next week if